Are you planning to go to the Philippines? David here from Canada, Philippines Adventures. Wow, I'm so excited to go. I've got everything all packed. I've got my checklist all getting checked off. I just picked up my Dukoral the other day. I like to take Dukoral prior to traveling. You can Google Dukoral. That's mainly in Canada available. I've never gotten sick going into the Philippines, so I just take it every time prior to going. I've had some questions in regards from people traveling, wondering what are the requirements for traveling to the Philippines. Luggage all packed, ready to go. I've got it weighed, double checking it. That's been a challenge on its own. My allowance for my flight only being allowed a carry-on and a personal item. Each one has specific sizes. And also I'm only allowed 7 kg for each item, and that is 15 pounds. I am allowed to do check-on luggage, and I'm allowed to do 2 at 50 pounds, but they must be a specific size. When you're watching this video, make sure that you check your own provider that you're flying with to see what your allowances are. I did a video recently and I was shocked that a lot of providers are not giving you this service. You have to pay extra for this. So make sure that you check that out. Next is when you're looking at luggage, you'll be shocked on how much the luggage itself weighs. So if it weighs a lot, that's going to take into account how much you're not allowed to bring. So make sure you check out your luggage. Make sure you have all those details done prior to flying so that you don't have to deal with it at the airport. A friend of mine from the US who flew in recently, he showed up at the airport and he had to pay over $500 USD right on the spot for oversize, overweight. What a shocker that would have been. That's just when he arrived for his first flight. He had an onward flight. It happened all over again because what happens is when you fly into, say, Manila, which is your international airport. Well, once you depart from that, you're going over to the domestic airport, which is a whole separate airport. It's just like you are a new client. So when he arrived there and checked in, he went through the whole process again, having to pay more money. So he told me he paid a total over $1,200 US. That to me is crazy, but that's because he did not check prior to flying. So make sure you check your details when you're booking, what your allowances are, and find out from that airline how much they charge and how they charge so that you do not have any of those issues to deal with upon arrival at the airport. You might not have those funds, and $1,000, $1,200 US dollars, that's a lot of money, right? So there's some tips for you. Check out this video and check out this video. A lot more details. You end up ringing that bell and make sure you get notifications. Are there any vaccinations needed? So from my understanding, there are actually no vaccination requirements except when we had the COVID information, the situation. So that's the only area that I'm aware of, and I'm not even sure if they even really talk about that anymore because I didn't get asked. And it's all in my profile anyway, so I'm not very concerned. So for myself, when I started going to the Philippines, I went to a travel location that gives you up-to-date shots and vaccinations for traveling to different areas. I wanted to make sure all of my vaccinations were up to date because I am traveling out of the country, right? I'm traveling to the Philippines. Never been there. different environment, food, all kinds of different things. So I got all my shots required, but also on top of that, I take that Dukoral a week prior to my travel. And touch wood, I've never had an issue. Do your own due diligence, decide on what you want to do, but in relation to traveling, the only requirements that are required to enter into the Philippines is you must fill out the eTravel. So that is a requirement to enter into the Philippines. Also, if you are planning on staying for more than 30 days, or you do not have a return ticket showing that you're leaving in 30 days, the Philippines is visa-free only for 30 days. So you must provide documented details showing that you will be leaving within that 30 days, period. So again, if you're planning on staying for less than 30 days and you have a return ticket, you're good to go. But if you've bought a one-way ticket, or say a return ticket, but it's past that 30 days, you will need to get what's called an onward ticket. They're very inexpensive. And when you get this onward ticket, you will enter your details and it will provide a ticket that you can utilize that will show that you are leaving within the 30 days. Watch my other videos. I've gone through all that detail to help you out. So safe travels. Enjoy the Philippines. It is gorgeous. Watch this video and this video. Wow, beautiful morning, guys. I hope you're enjoying wherever you are in the world. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. I have lots of videos to share with you with my journey going around the Philippines. Bye for now. Have a great day.